To replace an old fuel pump with a new fuel pump assembly, here are the items needed. The first thing you're going to need is a 7 millimeter socket. I got this little automatic electric drill. You know, nothing too powerful, but it's good for these situations. Alright, now the next thing you want to do is take off this little, there's like plastic, there's this little plastic part that you want to push in. Right here, you probably get some pliers to do it, but that allows you to take the fuel line off. So, a little gas is going to come out of there, but that's fine. So that's one. You can do these with pliers as well. Get a better little grip there. And then once you have those two fuel lines removed, the next thing you want to do is take off the electrical components. It's always good to have pliers around. It's very handy. Alrighty, so that's loose. Now, considering the fact that this is an 01 Buick Le Sabre, and you can see, you know, this ring that holds the fuel pump inside is most likely corroded. You can use a flathead, and a mallet, or a hammer to try to knock this thing, clockwise. To loosen it. I tinkering with it a little bit. I kind of got it loose here a little. I'm trying to show you guys what I did here. You guys may not have this problem. You know, if you're watching this video at this time of day, you may have this issue depending on the condition of your car. But I got the pins moved around a little bit, but I put down my crowbar and I used this little tool to get underneath this little thing here. I put it up with the pliers, a little bit, spray some WD-40 on it, you know, just try to loosen it up a little bit. But I got a little mallet because I don't want to, you know, make too much noise. And cool to sit. Alright, so I got it loose. Try to take this out now. Gonna have some fuel. It's gonna be inside the fuel pump. Just be aware of that when you're taking this thing out. So let me get my some issue with trying to take it out or it being even. So I might have to, because you would think that it would just come out right there, but I don't know. Apparently it's like off a little bit. There we go. Ew. Almost got some of it in my face. So, yeah. So, there it is. Old fuel pump is out. Might want to let it drain in there a little bit. Still got it pretty good. Yeah, you can see how, you know, corroded that is. But the rings were supposed to fit in between all of these. It's supposed to slide into them. And, I mean, you can see how badly corroded it is, but it's supposed to fit into these sockets when you turn them. So I had to spray WD-40, push some of these up, and that was the one that was underneath that I couldn't get to. But I left this one as flat as possible, so that way when I hit it, it would convert going this way, because these ones here, I would hit it in the way that it was angled, it wouldn't allow it to turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it off and put in a new one. And now I'm just trying to clean outside these rings. I'm trying to do my best not to get anything inside of here, because once you put the fuel pump back in, you really can't get in this inside. So I just scrubbed it down a little bit. My new fuel pump assembly. Just a little piece here, just make sure it's already at full. Just poke it in right there, and should click in pretty easily. Hold up now. There you go. So make sure everything there is good. So make note that this part right here is supposed to fit in for you right in that spot there. Alright, so when you put it in there, it's going to be a little bit that's going to be standing up, just because you have to compress it down. So next thing you want to do is put the ring on there and push it down and just slightly lock it in place. Just to prevent corrosion in the future, if I ever have to change it again, I'm not, necessarily sure if it'll last another 2 decades, but just in case I ever have to change it again, I just made sure I put, like I said, jet seal in the grooves. I spray painted it black. And inside in the car, I just put WD-40 on there in the insides. I think that should be enough to prevent corrosion. So now that I got the fuel pump in there, just make sure when you put the ring on, put it on this way on the top. You want this like little groovy part area to be facing upwards, not the other way around, because you would not be able to get it on. So they gave me some extra rubber pieces, like rings, that I think you can put on top here to make it easier to take off. But I'm gonna try to put one on and see if I can fit it. Let's see how that works. So that won't work. So take that off. It's not gonna cut it. So yeah, just put that in there. Push this down, make sure it can fit in that groove, and then just slide it, everything in place, so that way, there you go. So now it's pretty much in there. All I gotta do is just secure it with whatever tool you have to push this back clockwise. Just note when putting these plastic things back on, one side is bigger than the other. So just make sure that you can get it to fit, because I accidentally put the bigger side on that side. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't fitting. So you get assembly, they're going to give you a new fuel pump connector, and they kind of go why they do it. But I just cut them down a little bit. They were a little too long. And they're going to give you these 4 little things, I forgot what they call it, that you're going to crimp on. I did a double crimp. You can see I did 2 crimps just to make sure it's secure. And you basically, it tells you on there, what colors to put them with. But I already got it, pretty much figured out as far, because the colors are pretty much the same. So I'm going to have to cut that one right there and crimp it on, and then go from there. So I had really switched off to the pliers and really pushed down hard to flatten the copper wires in between so they wouldn't move. The ones that's in the wiring harness for the car, the gauges are smaller than the ones they give you, so you really have to be put pressure on this. But once that's completed, make sure the colors are matched, and just plug it in. Once I clipped that in, I just made sure I put my battery back in. See, I put the cover back on. I didn't tie it down yet. Let's see if this car can start up. And the main reason I changed the fuel pump is because the gauge was not right. Once it got past half, it would sit at full. And I don't know if that's, I guess it's a GM issue, but once you turn it on, let it run for a little bit, even push on the pedal a little bit, make sure that fuel pump is working. And I mean, if you see it running consistent, the engine isn't stuttering or anything, go ahead and bolt it back on. And that's basically how you change the fuel pump on the 01 Buick Le Sabre.